Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makakadash. Double honors to the elders for preaching his word truthfully and sincerely, and shalom to the Akim, scattered in the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And I say shalom to you Akim out there. And this is a recent news article as of February 28th, 2023. And this is from foxbusinessnews.com, and it reads, published by Eric Rivera of Fox News Business.com, and it reads, Japan plans to buy 400 Tomahawk missiles from U.S. to deter threats from China and North Korea. Japan is moving to increase its military capability, amending rising tensions with China. And keep this in mind too, not too long ago, I believe Japan did a record-breaking cost of spending on their nuclear defense of their military capability and upgrading their nuclear capability as well too, amending the tensions with the allegiance of Japan, South Korea, and the United States versus North Korea, and the threats from China as well too. It says the government of Japan is moving closer to a high-profile purchase of 400 Tomahawk cruise missiles from the United States as means of enhancing its military ability to deter threats from China and North Korea. Japan Prime Minister Fumio Kishida, if I pronounce the name right, told lawmakers from the country's House of Representation on Monday that his government intends to finalize the purchase agreement in the fiscal year 2023, which began in April. The lower chamber approves a record 50 billion, 6.8 trillion yen in defense spending, which will includes a 1.55 billion, 211.3 billion yen for deployed Tomahawks. The purchase of Tomahawk's cruise missile is intended to bolster the counter-strike capabilities of the Japan Self-Defense Force (SDF) in the event the country is attacked by China, North Korea, or Russia. Tensions with China has increased in recent years, particularly with regard to territorial dispute over the Sinkai Islands in the East China Sea and the Chinese Communist Party threats against Taiwan. North Korea has also regularly conducted missile tests by launching them into the sea around Japan. There is also a long-running territorial dispute between Japan and Russia related to claims of islands north of Japan.
Played a much better second period, but they still trailed 2-0. He's got to be the most entertaining goaltender in the league, isn't he? Alex Stella? He's always coming out to play the puck. He's active in the crease and gives us something to talk about every game. I would agree with that. Another 2-on-1 opportunity. That puck just bounces over the stick of Domi. Puck too far out in front of Michelli.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 7, and it reads through the Holy Scriptures. And when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, be ye not troubled, for such things must need be, but the end shall not be yet. This is the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 9 through verse 11. And we start at verse 9 in the book of Luke 21 and 9, and it reads through the Holy Scriptures. But when ye should hear of wars and commotions, be ye not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. Luke 21:10. And it reads, Then say he unto them, Nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Luke 21:11. And great earthquakes shall be in divers places, and famines, and pestilence, and fearful sights. And great signs shall there be from heaven. Similar scripture, Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Matthew 24:7 through the Holy Scriptures, and it reads, For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. Right. And that's what we are seeing. Nation shall rise against nation. As Japan plans to purchase and buy 400 Tomahawk missiles from the U.S. because the alliance, increasingly the security alliance and economic stability alliance of military protection from Japan and the United States increase more and more. So that's why you have the increasing tensions, North Korea versus South Korea, the United States and Japan. That's why I brought up the scriptures in reference to the news article of the nations are increasingly rising up against one another. That's why you've been seeing an increase of nations purchasing military equipment, military defense equipment against their adversaries, and then their purchases from their allies, funding their money more and more into their military capability and their nuclear upgradable to their nuclear military arsenal, just in case they be under enemy threat. That's why you see a lot of increase of military exercise drills with these nations that are allies against their other adversaries, a tag team of adversaries, and a tag team of allies going against a tag team of other nations of adversaries as they look of, just in case they be under enemy threat. That's why they upgrade their nuclear capability, they're upgrading their training, intensifying it and increasing more and more and more. So these things are continually, gradually increasing, building up. Like the scriptures has said, in the latter days, you're going to have an increase of wars and rumors of wars, So this is an increasing rumor of war, In the Joel 3:10, let the weak say I am strong, upgrading their nuclear capability as well too. So with that, hopefully this sit-down lesson was edifying of this recent news article just came out as of February 28th, 2023, 9:13 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from foxbusinessnews.com. As it says, Japan plans to buy 400 Tomahawk missiles from the U.S. to deter threats from China and North Korea as the tensions are increasingly building up. So with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wakakadash. Double honors to the elders for preaching His word truthfully and sincerely, and shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And until next time, I will say shalom.